Have you ever wondered why you could get views on your YouTube videos, but nobody ends up subscribing, or maybe you feel corny asking people to subscribe to your YouTube channel? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 hacks small channels are implementing right now to double the amount of subscribers that they're getting on YouTube. And best of all, it doesn't take that long to implement, and you will see immediate results if you watch this video all the way through to the end and implement all 3 of these things, because I will warn you, if you skip just one part of this video, it's going to be the reason that you ultimately don't end up getting the subscribers that you want, and quite frankly, that you deserve, because you're already creating content on YouTube. These tips help this creator gain over 20,000 subscribers in just a month, this creator over 30,000, and this creator over 40,000. And the same exact thing can happen to you if you simply implement the tips that I share with you in this video. But before we dive into it, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to grow quicker on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, I literally upload a video about how to grow on these platforms every single day. In addition to that, here's my phone number. Please shoot me a text message. I want to help you grow on YouTube. Step number 1 is you need to make sure that you're going through and changing the titles and the thumbnail on your old content on YouTube. This is one of the biggest secrets that big YouTubers use, and you guys aren't using this, and it is really hurting you. I could give you several examples of how you could do this. 1, you want to go through anything that's over 2 weeks old that has stopped getting views. I would strongly suggest changing up the title, changing up the thumbnail. It is going to resubmit it to the algorithm, and if you do a better job with the title and the thumbnail and people start clicking on that video or people start watching that video, well then guess what's going to happen? You're going to start to get more views, and yes, this works both for long form videos and for shorts videos. People don't realize a huge component to whether or not you actually get views on your shorts is whether or not you're using the right titles in your content. I work with so many content creators, and one thing that I see so many small channels do, they don't put the actual topic that the YouTube video is of in their title, and this is one of the reasons that they don't get subscribers and they don't get views. And then once they change that, they begin to get that, but then they go back and they have a catalog of content, 25 videos, 50 videos, 100 videos, in some cases more than 100 videos that they could be doing this for, and this is something that you need to make sure that you're doing. Another reason is if you're uploading shorts content, a huge part of how much watch time you get is the actual title that you choose. People don't realize this. In addition to your hook, in addition to the other things I'm going to share with you in this video. By the way, step number 3 is by far the most important, and step number 2 is something that I've never chatted about on my YouTube channel before, and it's a huge thing that I actually implement into my own content and that the biggest YouTubers implement into their content, and I don't think anybody's ever spoken about this before on YouTube, so you're gonna want to wait for it. But nevertheless, whether or not somebody actually watches your video is going to be based on your title. So you need to make sure that your title is on point, because it acts as a hook and it acts to setting expectations for whether or not somebody's actually going to want to watch something, which is why I strongly suggest you go back through, you implement new titles, you implement new thumbnails. I have several videos on this channel about how to actually structure your titles, but essentially you want to do 3 different things. 1, you want to be making content that is how-to or for beginners. Now this might not apply to your niche, in which case you're going to have to get to one of the other steps that I'm going to share. But things that are how-to, things that are beginner, you might think, oh, I don't want to be talking to that audience. But if you're in educational content, that is by far the biggest audience. I could make videos about how to go from 1 million to 2 million subscribers, but guess what? That wouldn't help that many people, because not many people are in that situation. Or I could help people go from 10,000 to 100,000. Now, I'm not saying that I don't help channels like that grow. I'm just simply saying that I don't title my videos like that, and I title them for a beginner because it's going to increase the actual reach of my audience, and you need to make sure that you're doing the same thing when you go back and retitle yourself. The other 2 things you need to make sure that you're doing, you need to be invoking curiosity. If you're not invoking curiosity, and if your content is not over the top, well then you're not actually going to do a good job. And one easy way for you to find a better title for your piece of content, think of the title that you were going to do. Then what I want you to do, I want you to go over to YouTube, type that title in, I want you to add hashtag shorts to the end of it, I want you to click enter, and then compare your title to the other titles at the top videos that show up. And you're probably going to find something. Either 1, your title's missing components, like adding caps in it, or adding some kind of emphasis to it, or adding an open loop to it, or you might find that your title is actually better than those other things, in which case you should be going with that title and uploading that. But nevertheless, you need to make sure that you're doing this. Now, if you're like most small YouTube channels, you've probably had posts die off before, right? Now, the reason that your posts are dying off, and people are so confused by this, is because of one of 2 things. Either 1, you didn't get enough watch time on your videos, in which case you need to begin changing the pacing of your content, you need to be changing the length of your content, and so many other things, like maybe the hook of your content. But the other reason that your post might have died off is because the topic wasn't good enough for YouTube, and a lot of you are struggling with the topic on YouTube, which is exactly why we need to change your titles so that you could change a topic that you're targeting, so that you can change the amount of views and ultimately the amount of subscribers that you're getting from that piece of content. But if you don't know what topics are trending within your actual niche, well then you need to go to the link in the pinned comment below and thank today's video sponsor, dailycontentideas.com. Essentially how it works, it's a personalized newsletter. If you sign up for it, you get started for just $1 today today at the link in the pinned comment below, they will begin sending you posts that are trending within your niche. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. You could be in any niche. You could be in fitness, finance, fishing, hunting. Doesn't matter. They know exactly what is trending within your niche. That is their job. Their job is to do the research, find out what is trending in your niche, and send it to you every single day, Monday to Friday again. You get started for just $1 today. If you're struggling with these types of things, you need to begin using services like this because it's going to make your life 100 times easier, and you're not going to have to go through the struggle because I know that you're probably busy editing videos, recording videos, of actually coming up with content ideas or coming up with good titles or good thumbnails, and that's exactly what this service is going to give you. Again, go to the link in the pinned comment below, get started today for just $1, and then it's $10 a week after that. I can tell you this will be the best investment that you ever make when it comes to growing on YouTube. Now, step number 2 is making sure that you begin focusing on the first 10 seconds of your video. And no, I'm not talking about the hook. What I'm actually talking about is how many words you're talking per second, aka the pacing of your video. If you guys look at artists, especially music artists, guess what? They look at the beats per minute of their content. Why do they do that? They look at the beats per minute of their sounds and their music because if it's not on pace, people aren't going to like it. There's trending things that happen, right? 50 Cent was big back in the day. He's not big anymore. If you look at Drake's music, it's constantly changing. Why? Because he's keeping up with the beats per minute of what people are actually listening to today. And so many of you don't take this into consideration with your content, which is why you need to be focused on the words per second that you're speaking. In order for you to find this out, you need to look at your video, look at a competitor's video, and compare how many words they get out in the first 10 seconds of the video and how many you get out. And I can guarantee that your pacing is probably off. And that's one of the reasons that your audience doesn't watch your video. And that's probably a reason that you are not getting subscribers. Now, before we dive into step number 3, which is by far the most important tip that I'm going to share with you in this video, I need to emphasize something for you. It is easier to grow on YouTube right now as a small channel than it ever has been before. We have monetization coming to shorts in the future. We have more brands than ever before getting on YouTube, and YouTube is only going to get bigger. More people spend time on YouTube than any other app, and people search for things on YouTube. And if you don't already know this, YouTube subscribers are by far the most important social media metric that you can have. They lead to more sales. They lead to more dollars per brand deals. There are not creators with 10,000 followers on Instagram or TikTok making $1 million a year, but there are on YouTube. And you need to take this opportunity seriously because if you could become one of the biggest creators within your niche right now on YouTube, you are going to make so much money in the future, and this window of opportunity is going to close. There is not going to be organic reach forever. There is not going to be this opportunity forever. So you need to listen up and make sure that you take this seriously. Which brings me to step number 3, which is making sure that you have a call to action in your videos. And I'm not saying that you have a call to action at the end of your videos. You need a call to action in 2 places because creators that put it in 2 places get way more subscribers than creators that put it in 1 place, or worst of all, creators that put it in no place. The 2 places you need to have your call to action. You need to have it first in the first 10% of your video, and then secondly in the comment section. Now you can have a call to action for a free course, you can have a call to action for a product, you can have a call to action for a sponsorship within the pinned comment, but you will get the most subscribers if you have a call to action both in the video in the first 10%, asking people to subscribe. Don't ask them to like, don't ask them to comment. It is a waste of time. And make sure that also in the pinned comment, if you're not selling something, that you make sure that you get them to subscribe. This is going to increase your subscriber rate like crazy. In addition to that, 2 to 3 times a week, I would upload a community post that also gets people to subscribe. Now, don't just beg them to subscribe. Give them a good reason to subscribe. If you look back to the beginning of this video, I said something to you. I said, if you want to grow faster on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, obviously you do because you're watching this video, then smash that subscribe button. You need to have the same exact thing in your content because you're going to be reframing and reiterating to the person why they're watching that video. They're going to answer yes in their head, and then they're going to hit subscribe because they think that you're going to help them. Well, obviously you're going to help them, but you guys get the point. Now listen, if you need help growing on YouTube, you don't know what to post, you don't know all the things that you should be doing wrong, or maybe you've been trying so hard and just have no idea, well, I want to get you guaranteed subscribers on YouTube. If that sounds interesting to you and you want to work personally to make that happen, well then keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you. Finally, I just launched my YouTube Shorts mentorship program, which guarantees that I can help you grow on YouTube in just 30 days. If you want to find out more, go to the link in the description. But to put it simply, you're going to go through 6 steps to becoming a YouTube Shorts expert. Then I'm going to make you a personalized plan. I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, what titles to use, what thumbnails to use, what descriptions to use, what tags to use, what your content should actually look like, how your editing should be, and so much more. And then for the next 30 days, I'm going to critique your content to guarantee that you grow. It's incredibly simple. If you don't grow on YouTube in the 30 days, I'm going to give you your money back, 0 questions questions asked. This is not just a course. This is not just information. It's me actually telling you exactly what to do, critiquing you, consulting, me coaching you on how to be a full-time YouTuber, how to grow on YouTube, how to reach your goals on YouTube. And again, if you don't grow on YouTube in the 30 days, you get your money back, 0 questions asked. There's absolutely no risk for signing up. The only risk is not taking advantage of this situation right now with YouTube Shorts and growing on YouTube. So please do not be somebody that does that. That being said, if you're not interested, just watch the next 2 videos I'm gonna put up on the screen because they're the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.